What's up, guys? WWE2K19 here, coming to you with WWE2K19. It looks like so. We came very close to actually finishing Universe mode over the past year. Then August came, and I had absolutely no time. I had no time to finish it off, which is annoying because I had set everything out. I had set the road to WrestleMania pretty sorted. It was done. It was gonna be pretty epic, and now it's gone. It's all gone. And I may release a video of basically saying what I had planned for it. On the other hand, though, I can just recycle some of the ideas I had and use it this year. So, in order to try and avoid what happened last year happening again, we are going to do things different this universe mode. In fact, we're going to do it completely different. We're splitting universe mode into three parts, and I will show you what I mean right here. As you can see here, Canada only has one show, not three, not two, but one, just one show. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an entire year for one show, then an entire year for another show, and then an entire year for one final show. At least this way I should technically get through one full year of one of her shows, at least one, preferably two, fingers crossed, maybe even three, who knows. But this way may actually help me in terms of my schedule, because most of these recordings are going to have to be done during the weekends. So that's what we're going to do. As for this year, so we're going to start off with a show that I created last year, and I felt it did pretty good. We're going to start with women's wrestling. It's just going to be that show for the first few months. Then we will move on to Raw and then SmackDown afterwards. I'm putting SmackDown last because I'm quite excited for what I can do with SmackDown. So if I leave that last, then that means I may want to keep going and do it, and hopefully get SmackDown done near the end of, basically between June and September of next year, around that time, fingers crossed again. As for what, I've pretty much gone through this. So women's wrestling are going to go first, and as you can see, there's no pay-per-view for the first month. In fact, it's not going to be a monthly pay-per-view for any of the shows. Each show will have about 7 or 8 pay-per-views throughout the entire year, and those are going to be pretty spread out. I will show you right now by showing you I will show you basically the entire year that I have planned for women's wrestling. So as you can see, May, empty. Over to June, we have Evolution, which is WWE's first ever all women's pay-per-view. I did it before last year, I did it first, but they copied me all the time. And then after Evolution, we have Money in the Bank 6 weeks later. I will go into a bit more depth about Money in the Bank in a bit, because there's a lot to go through in this episode 0. I guess I'm doing one of those again. Right, after that, August, actually empty. So there's no SummerSlam, apparently. There is, it's in September, because again, wanted to spread it out. So between Money in the Bank and SummerSlam, there will be 7 weeks. So 7 weeks to build up matches and to... Alright, thanks a lot. 7 weeks to build up matches to actually make it to make them important, and to make SummerSlam even more important. After SummerSlam, however, there is a big gap. 2 months, no pay-per-views. Why? Because in December, we're going to have something that I really enjoyed recording last year. Because I'm a big fan of tournaments. I love tournaments, especially in wrestling. They're amazing. This one is going to be bigger than last year. In fact, it's going to be twice as big. Of course, I'm talking about the Mae Young Classic. The Mae Young Classic makes a return. Of course, it's amazing. 32 women competing for the Mae Young Classic trophy, which will in turn get them a WWE Women's Championship match at the Royal Rumble. That is what's at stake in the Mae Young Classic. Hopefully, that will be huge. After the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, because I personally love the fact that the Elimination Chamber is between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, because it's a last ditch effort to get in one of the big matches at WrestleMania. You either have to go through 29 other people in a Royal Rumble, or you have to go through 5 other people in one of the most barbaric matches in WWE. So I love the Elimination Chamber concept where it is now, where it's your last ticket to one of the big matches at WrestleMania. Speaking of WrestleMania, it's not a March. Nope. It's right at the end of April. Right at the end. 8 weeks. 8 weeks to build up WrestleMania, which should be enough. Should be good there. So that's the calendar. Now for what the actual show has. There we go. English. It's hard. Here is what the show will be revolved around. The return of the WWE Women's Championship. Oof, that title. Oof, I do love the look of that title. Yes. And then we have the Evolution Championship. I shall explain that in a second. And the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship makes its return, slightly altered from 2K18. And then we have the new features, the Money in the Bank for the Women's Championship, and the Money in the Bank briefcase for the Evolution Championship. So let's focus on this. So what is the Evolution Championship? Well, the Evolution Championship is what I hope will help represent what has been for women's evolution, which has been looking at the stars that they have now and creating new ones for the future, so that women's wrestling can be bigger than it was before, and it pretty much is right now. This championship will represent the future of the women's evolution, and by that I mean the only way you can obtain this championship is if you have never won a women's championship in WWE. That includes the SmackDown Women's Championship, the Raw Women's Championship, the Divas Championship, the NXT Women's Championship. Any form of women's championship, if you've won it, you can't qualify for this championship. This championship is for newcomers and ones who have not won the big one yet. And this title will represent that this person, this woman, has big things to look forward to in their future, because they are going to go far in the WWE. Now, for this, there was a bit of complications. So the way I'm doing it is WrestleMania 34 is the cutoff point for this. So anyone who has won that title in real life has won any women's title in real life from WrestleMania 34 weekend and beyond can't qualify. They can't. No, they can't qualify. They qualify. They qualify for this championship. So Kairi Sane, she qualifies because she won the title at SummerSlam weekend, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Carmella, she qualifies because she won it 2 nights after WrestleMania. Nia Jax will qualify because she won the title at WrestleMania. Shayna Baszler will qualify because she won the title at NXT TakeOver. I forgot it. I forgot it. No. Yeah. she won a title during WrestleMania weekend, so that won't count either. Whereas someone like Asuka, who hasn't won a women's title on the main roster, but had the 530 something day reign in NXT, yeah, she don't qualify. She doesn't qualify, unfortunately for her. So that's what this Evolution Championship is going to be about, and I think that's pretty much everything. Oh wait, okay. As for the shows will feature at least 3 matches a week. And because I'm only doing one show, that means I can put out between 2 to 3 episodes each week, which means we can get through pay-per-views pretty quickly. After a pay-per-view, expect at least a 1 week break as I reset everything and push on to the next pay-per-view. But again, we won't have to do that often. There's only like 7 pay-per-views for this, and I think that's it. I think that's covered everything. Also, I bought this game like a day after it came out, even though I had the money to pre-order it, which means I'm a dumbass and I don't have Ronda Rousey, so don't expect Ronda Rousey to appear in this universe mode for quite a bit. As for when it will debut, this universe mode, I'm going to say a couple weeks from when this is published, and I have no idea when this video is going to go up. It could go up, it's the 10th today, so it could go up tomorrow, it could go up next week, it could go up a day before I actually start uploading the universe mode. So I'm just going to say, let's look at our nifty calendar. Let's say the 26th. Yeah, the 26th of this month. That gives me enough time to go to do all of the shows up until Evolution, and then hopefully by the time Evolution comes out, they would have released Ronda and Rey Mysterio as separate to buy DLC. Because my dumb ass is dumb. But apart from that, yeah, okay, that's gone over everything, and this video starts to get long. So yes, look forward to women's wrestling coming your way in a couple of weeks or a couple of days or a couple of minutes time. Who knows? Being an adult is hard. Alright, so that's it. Make sure to tune in for women's wrestling whenever it comes up. We're gonna go through women's wrestling, then on to Raw, then on to SmackDown. Don't worry about this. Alexa Bliss versus Ember Moon. I haven't even changed this yet. It's going to be changed. Anyway, I've been Showtime 2G, and thanks for watching.